Hello everyone, I'm back with another video about the electronic drum kit made by Sheffield. Now this is available in all good LIDL supermarkets all over the world. That's where I bought mine anyway. I've been asked to do a follow-up video to my last one, which was a demonstration of the preset sounds built into the thing. But this time we're going to look at how you could connect this to your computer and trigger Midi sounds, samples, or Midi drum kit sounds, or anything Midi. So I've had this thing for a year now and it's still functional, so that may be because I've hardly used the thing, to be honest with you. But maybe if you use it all the time it'll get a bit of wear and tear. I also forgot to mention last time that this thing takes AA batteries if you so need. So I just have it plugged in with a 9-volt power plug just now. And let's talk about how you connect this up to your computer. So we'll start off with this USB cable that's connected to the back of the electronic drum kit. You plug that in and then plug the other end into the USB port on your laptop. That should start to automatically set itself up. It's just plug and play. So once you have that set up, you're going to open your digital audio workstation. In this case, I'm using an old version of Cubase 5. No doubt most of you will have something a bit more up to date. But for the purposes of just showing you how to trigger some Midi, I think this will do. So you go into Cubase 5. By the way, it shows you that I'm recording at the moment. That's because I'm recording the audio to this very video. So pay no attention to that. So we've got this thing plugged in. We've got our digital audio workstation open. We're going to, actually before you open the digital audio workstation, you should press this button on the drum kit, which says MIDI out. So that sets it to the mode where it sends MIDI to your computer. And once you do that, then you open up your digital audio workstation. And if there's anything on there, if you're using Cubase, this little fader here, you can see whenever you are receiving an audio, a MIDI signal rather. So if I was to, you're going to hear something here, but because I've set it up previously, but there we go. So whenever I hit the snare drum, we are actually getting we're getting a signal. Now let's open up a VST instrument. So you can, doesn't really matter what digital audio workstation you're using. If you're using Ableton or Logic or Pro Tools or something like that, I think it's just the same idea. So you go to VST instruments. We could really choose any instrument, but I've chosen Groove Agent 1, which is a drum kit / sampler built into Cubase 5. And I've chosen one preset drum kit, which is a standard hybrid drum kit. Now, you could actually you can bring in audio files and load them into any of these sample pads. So, if you wanted a cat meowing instead of a drum sound, you can do that. You can do whatever you want. But I'm just going to stick with the standard sounds on this preset just now. So, you've got your kick drum, usually is on C1. So let me just explain first of all with the actual drum kit. Now, these pads always trigger a certain MIDI note, and you can't from what I understand, you can't change that from this actual drum kit itself. So the kick drum pedal triggers C1, which is usually the kick drum. The snare drum here triggers D1. This one on the left triggers A#1. This one on the right triggers A1. This cymbal here triggers D#2. This one triggers D2. This one triggers C#2. Now, if you wanted to, if you didn't want this to be a tom, you could go into your sampler and you could move the tom sound away from the pad that it triggers. So you would move that away from A1 and you would move another sound to A1 instead. And that's how you could change the sounds. So for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to stick with the standard hybrid kit. I'm not going to change the sound because I have to record this, the audio of my voice at the same time as I'm recording the MIDI. So anyway, that's really all you need to know. Within your digital audio workstation, you can completely change the sounds. At this point, nothing really gets done via the drum kit, just triggering the sounds. So I'll play a few of those sounds just now. Kick drum. We've already kind of gone through them. Snare drum. I guess that's a tom. Guess that's an open hi-hat. If you have the other pedal, this is a kick drum pedal. If you have the other one plugged in, I think that gives you the closed hi-hat. And yeah, so you're hearing MIDI coming from Cubase. You're not hearing any sounds coming from this drum kit. Yeah. So I think you'll agree that those sounds are a little bit cleaner and a little bit better in some ways if you're looking for audio fidelity in your recordings. And obviously you're a lot less limited when it comes to the sound palette because you can use any sound you like. So yeah, I hope that helps you to decide whether you want to buy one of these things. You may be looking at one of them for Christmas or something like that. But once again, I'll just say it's not the most robust of instruments. It's definitely a home recording thing rather than a live performance piece of equipment. And don't, I would suggest not bashing it too hard or you might break the thing. It's made of plastic. It's fairly light. I've already had a little bit of trouble with the headphone jack at the back, so just watch out for that. Try not to pull the cables in and out too hard. And there you go. Hope you enjoyed this video. If you want any more information about this Sheffield Electronic Drum Kit, just ask me in the comments. Thanks again.